I've put together a bit of a level 2 platformer since the last video. You can kind of do whatever you like with this second level, but there's two things you absolutely have to copy exactly the same as you did in level 1. The first one is the canvas layer. My canvas layer needs to be in exactly the same position in my tree because heaps of scripts are relying on finding canvas layer at /root/main/canvas layer. So that means I also needed to change the name of my main node 3D to main. Even though the file's saved as level2.tscene, this node needed to be called main so that everything looking for /root/main/canvas layer can find it. That means that I can collect coins and health and fall into the lava and so on, and everything will be able to update my score and my health. The other thing that I needed to copy in exactly the same position as it was in level 1 is my audio stream player for my coins and health. That needs to be in the same spot in my tree because my scripts are looking for that as well. In my case, that's in this node called coins. It might be somewhere else in your tree, but so long as it's in the same spot as it was in your level 1, then you're good to go. The only other change I made in this entire scene, well, only other new thing, was that I turned my ground into a CSG shape. And that was just so that I could carve out this nice hole for the lava. So my lava is in its own little pit now, and I did that by carving into the ground, which I can do because I made it a CSG shape. You don't have to do that step, but that's one nice way to just make a big hole in your ground. I also used a CSG shape up here for this CSG cylinder, and again that's just so that I could make a hole in the middle of it. Other than that, it's all stuff that we've seen before, and we're ready to play this game and see how it runs. I'm not going to click this run button because that's going to play my first level. I'm going to click this button here that'll play level 2. So everything should be working. I can pick up a coin. And if I lose a bit of health with the lava, pick up my health. But I can't get any further than this because what I need to have to reach that top half of the level is some moving platforms, and that's what we're going to be adding in this video. Now you could do this by adding a script to each of your platforms and updating its position in the process function, but you kind of need a separate script for every different type of moving platform. So the easier way to do it is to control all of the moving platforms at once by using an animation player. I'm going to go to my main scene and I'm going to add an animation player. And I'm going to create a new animation track called Move and set it to autoplay so that it's going to start playing at the beginning of my scene. Now I can just find some platforms that I want to move, like this one here. Click on that, lock in its starting position of 0, 0, 0, and then go to the end of the animation and move it to where I want it to be at the end. Up there, lock in that position at the end of the animation. Now I've cheated a little bit here and I've made this coin a child of the platform, which means that anytime I animate the platform, the coin will follow it around. And I should be able to play this now. And it plays nicely once, but I want it to keep moving up and down, so I'll turn on loop. And you'll see it goes constantly up, but it's not actually coming back down separately. A cheat way to do this is I could switch the loop mode to ping pong, and then it would just sort of go up and down all by itself. But this isn't so good if we want to animate the rest of the platforms differently, and we don't want them going back and forward. So I'm going to do this manually and turn on loop mode, make the time a bit longer, make this all take say 6 seconds, and then I'm going to make it so that at 0 seconds I'm on the ground, and at 3 seconds I'm finally up in the sky. So I can do that by just moving this keyframe over to 3 seconds. And the next thing I can do is I can actually make it pause for a second on the ground and pause for a second in the sky by going to 1 second and then copying this keyframe over to the 1 second mark, and you can see it's drawn a line between them to tell me it's not changing in that 1 second. Then I can go to 4 seconds and click on this one and copy paste to 4 seconds, and you can see it's not changing for a second between 3 and 4 either. So if I play this nice looping animation now, it should pause at the ground for 1 second, take 2 seconds to go upwards, pause in the sky for 2 seconds, and take 2 seconds to go back down. So let's do this for one of our other platforms. We'll go back to 0 and click on this one. I'm going to start it exactly where it is, so I'm going to lock in this position, create a new track for it, and then let's say for the first second, I'll keep that still as well. So I'll go copy, paste. Then at 3 seconds, I am going to move it over to here. See, right next to the platform, and then a couple away. So I've got some jumping space. It's a nice place for it to stop. So I'm going to lock in that position. I'm going to go to 4 seconds and copy this one, copy, paste. And then at 6 seconds, I can copy the starting position, go to 6 seconds and paste. And it'll go back to where it is. But we've got this problem. I want this platform to go both sides. So I'm going to need it to take twice as long. I'm going to need to change the whole thing to 12 seconds. And then all I need to do for this first platform to make it just repeat all those actions again is if I drag a box around all of those keyframes, I can copy all of them at once with Control-C and then paste them with Control-V. Now that platform's just repeating its animation twice, and I can get these second set of keyframes for platform 9. Well, I can copy those ones actually, because that's just staying in the middle. But then I'll go to 9 seconds, and I'm going to make the platform go the other way. So I'll drag that, make it touch 1, 2 away. It's a good amount for jumping. And I'm going to lock in this position, go to 10 seconds, and copy, paste. So it pauses over that side for a second as well. Let's check how that plays. I've got one moving platform going up and down. This one should pause in the middle, should pause at the edges. It's looking pretty nice. That one's working both of the time. Everything's smooth enough for now. I might just finish all of my moving platforms off with just moving this one as well. Click on that moving platform. And for this one, if you want to be really mean, you could have it not sync up very often with the platform in the middle. Let's just pause this. And if you want to be really nice, then you can have it always meet that platform anytime that it's in the middle. I might kind of go somewhere in between. Let's lock in that it's out of sync at the start. Lock in this position as my starting position for the platform. And then we'll make it wait for 1 second in any case. 1, copy, paste. And then maybe we'll make it take a really long time. We'll make it take all the way till 6 seconds before it gets down to the middle. Drag that, use this red thing, hold down Control, let's have it there when it's finished, and lock in this position and make it wait there for 1 second. So we'll go to 7 seconds, copy, paste. And if I've done this properly, what you should see is that it's going quite slow, but some of the time when this platform's in the middle, that one will be up the top, and other bits of the time when this platform's in the middle, they'll both be together. So that's working out pretty nicely, and I think now it's time to play this game. So I see the platform's moving there. That's a good start. I'll try jumping on this first one. No issues with that. It's taking me up to the next level. And when I try jumping on this one, even though I landed on it, it wasn't moving my player. So there's a problem with this moving platform, and it's to do with the way we're updating its position. When we update its position using an animation player, it doesn't realize that it's changed its speed. We could just change everything to use a script instead, but that's going to be a bit of a nightmare. Fortunately, there's a new type of body that we can use in Godot that will allow us to animate platforms, and it will update its speed for us based on where it's moved to. So I'm going to go back to my platform scene here, and I'm going to change this node type from a static body to an animatable body. If I right click on my platform, I can choose change type, and then instead of making this one a static body, I'm going to make it an animatable body. And you can see that this animatable body is a type of static body, but it just means that if we change the position through a script or an animation player or anything, then Godot will be nice to us, and it will also update the velocity of that thing. So I'm going to select animatable body, and that's the only thing I need to change about this platform. I'm going to save my new platform. All of the platforms are now animatable bodies. Don't need to update any of the actual animations. And now I should be able to jump on that platform. Oops, except that I pressed the wrong play button. Let's open our door and then go through to level 2. So I never had any issues jumping on this one. It's still working fine. And when I try jumping on this platform now, it should take me with it. I can get my key, and then I have to wait for the whole cycle again. But everything is working pretty nicely now.